He would replay this night over and over in his head, trying to pinpoint the exact moment. He should have realized something was wrong, not when he heard the sound downstairs, but earlier, much earlier, when he noticed that one of the lights in the house was already on. A light he was absolutely certain he had turned off. Welcome to the night shift. Here we explore unsettling stories, strange encounters, and real-life events, drawn from true experiences, then carefully reshaped to be told after dark. This happened a few years ago in a quiet neighborhood where nothing ever seemed to happen. The kind of place where people forgot to lock their doors, the kind of place where you didn't expect to be afraid inside your own home. At the time, he lived alone, and that night was supposed to be completely ordinary. In this story, he will be called Trevor. Trevor had come home later than usual. Work had dragged on, and by the time he pulled into his driveway, the street was already dark and quiet. There were no cars passing. There was no one outside, just porch lights and silence. Trevor sat in his car for a moment, scrolling on his phone, debating whether he had the energy to cook, or if he'd just order something and collapse on the couch. Eventually, he grabbed his bag and walked inside. The house felt normal, the familiar smell, the low hum of the refrigerator, the faint ticking of the clock. In the hallway, nothing stood out, at least not right away. He dropped his keys on the counter, kicked off his shoes, and went straight to the kitchen. That's when he noticed it. The hallway light was on. He stopped, just for a second. He was almost certain he had turned it off that morning before leaving for work. You see, Trevor was the type of person who double-checked things. Lights, locks, the stove. Still, he shrugged it off. Maybe he was remembering wrong. He flipped the switch, and the house fell into a deeper silence. After a while, he ordered some food. He sat on the couch, half watching something on the TV, and half scrolling through his phone. That's when he heard it. A soft sound, not loud, not sudden, almost like something brushing against the wall. Upstairs, he muted the TV and listened. Nothing. The house settled the way houses do at night. Pipes ticking, air shifting, silence. He told himself that was all it was, but he didn't unmute the TV right away. A few minutes passed, then he heard something again. This time, it sounded like footsteps. Slow, careful. Trevor sat up straight. He was confused. He lived alone, no roommates, no pets. He called out, half laughing at himself. Hello? His voice sounded louder than it should have. There was no answer. He stood up and walked to the bottom of the stairs. The hallway light, the one he had turned off earlier, was on again. That's when his stomach tightened. He knew he hadn't touched that switch. He stood there, staring at the light, trying to come up with a logical explanation. Is the wiring faulty? Did I forget again? He climbed the stairs slowly, each step creaking under his weight. At the top, the air felt different, stale, heavy. He checked the bathroom, empty. The spare bedroom, empty. Then he reached his own bedroom. The door was slightly open. He always closed it. He pushed it open the rest of the way. At first, nothing looked disturbed. Then he noticed the closet door. It was open, just a few inches. His heart started to race. He remembered closing it that morning. He hated sleeping with it open. He stood frozen in the doorway, listening to his own breathing. Then he heard it. Breathing that wasn't his. It was faint, controlled, intentional. Coming from the closet, his body reacted before his mind did. He backed away slowly, every nerve screaming at him to run, but he didn't want to make noise. He reached the hallway and nearly slipped on the stairs as he descended. He didn't grab his phone. He didn't grab his keys. He ran out the front door, down the driveway, into the street. Only once he was outside, did he turn back. The front door was still open, and the hallway light was still on. The police arrived minutes later. They searched the house, room by room. They found muddy footprints leading from the back door, up the stairs, and into the closet. Whoever it was had left just moments before. After that night, Trevor never slept in that house again. He moved out within a week. Even now, years later, Trevor still checks closets. When he enters a room, still locks doors behind him. Still can't fall asleep. If a light is on that he doesn't remember turning on himself. The police never caught anyone. Sometimes Trevor wonders how long that person had been inside his house before he noticed. And sometimes, late at night, he wonders if the only reason he's still alive is because the hallway light happened to be on. If stories like this stay with you, if you find yourself replaying them long after they end, then you're in the right place. Subscribe and turn on notifications for our next video.